Caribbean Sea, the ocean is calm, too calm. You've learned to distrust calm. Your gloves rest on your knees as the helicopter waits in darkness on the deck. No insignia, no flags, no country. Officially, you are nowhere. Unofficially, in less than 30 minutes, you will change the course of a nation. Your earpiece crackles softly. Stand by. You glance at the tiny photo taped inside your helmet. Your wife, your son, a beach trip from last summer. Normal. You miss normal. You weren't in the room when the intelligence briefing happened, but you saw the aftermath. Analysts standing over satellite imagery, security advisors arguing in low tones, one word repeating, window. A fracture inside Maduro's inner circle, a reduced overnight footprint, a predictable routine, a vulnerability. The CIA didn't promise certainty. They promised opportunity. That's all operations ever get. You're not political. You don't vote on foreign policy. You don't debate sanctions. But you hear things. Regional instability, strategic influence, deterrence, and eventually, actionable. Somewhere above your pay grade, someone signed a document. And that signature put you on this deck. Your comms officer checks his watch. You don't see the first signs. You feel them. Cell networks slow. Traffic systems glitch. Security feeds freeze. Caracas doesn't go dark all at once. It hesitates, like a breath held too long. Then sections dim. Not chaos, confusion. And confusion is oxygen for operators like you? From above the coastline, you see neighborhoods flicker into shadow. Islands of light remain. But coordination breaks. Radios fill with crosstalk. Units scramble. Orders overlap. You know this part isn't brute force. It's timing. It's disruption. Just enough to create 10 minutes of imbalance. 10 minutes. That's the difference between failure and legend. Encrypted burst from Langley. Target stationary, thermal confirmed. You close your eyes for 1 second. You've trained for hostage rescues, counter-terror missions, high-value captures. But this is geopolitical. If it works, history books shift. If it fails, you don't exist. The helicopter cuts inland. Night vision turns the city into green shadows. Your team sits silent. No jokes, no speeches. You think about your son asking last week, "Dad, what do you actually do?" You told him, "I fix problems." Tonight, that feels heavier. Soft touchdown, you move immediately. The city below feels disoriented. Backup generators hum unevenly. Distant sirens try to coordinate. You flow through alleys like water, disciplined, controlled, invisible. A patrol appears earlier than expected. Intel is never perfect. You adjust. Silent engagement. No unnecessary force. Time is more important than dominance. Your heart rate stays controlled, but your thoughts aren't. You wonder what happens tomorrow morning? Will there be celebrations? Riots? Civil conflict? You don't get to control aftermath, only execution. Generator lights flicker overhead. Footsteps echo through the halls. You clear room after room. Security details scrambling in confusion. The blackout didn't destroy them. It distracted them. And distraction creates hesitation. Hesitation creates openings. Generator lights flicker again. You move down the final hallway. Your boots are quiet. Your breathing is controlled. Your pulse is not. A door waits at the end. 2 operators stack beside you. A nod. The breach is controlled. Quick, clean, and then silence. Not gunfire, not chaos, just silence. The first face you see isn't his, it's hers. Celia Flores, standing in the center of the room. No screaming, no panic, just shock. The blackout has already disoriented the palace. Security fragmented, communications scrambled, orders conflicting. But in this room, it's just people. You give commands in Spanish, clear, direct. She hesitates for half a second, not out of resistance, out of disbelief. Two operators step forward and secure her wrists. No aggression, no force beyond what's required. Procedure. But you feel the shift in the room. This just became personal. Then you see him. Nicolas Maduro steps forward from the adjoining room, not flanked by ceremony, not shielded by microphones, just a man in dim emergency lighting. His security detail is half organized, confused by the outages. You lock eyes. He doesn't shout, he doesn't posture, he just studies you. And in that moment, you feel something strange. Not fear, not anger, weight, years of power standing in front of you, suddenly reduced to seconds. You step forward. You are the team lead. This part is yours. Your voice stays steady when you give the command. He raises his hand slowly. No dramatic resistance, no final speech, just measured compliance. You close the distance. For a brief second, it's just the two of you inside the noise of the room. You reach for his wrists, and you feel something unexpected. They're warm, human, not a symbol, not a headline, a person. The metal cuffs close around his wrists. That sound is small, but it echoes louder in your head than the helicopters ever could. You secure them yourself, not because no one else could, but because this responsibility belongs to you. History won't show your face, but you'll remember this moment forever. As you check the restraints, he leans slightly towards you, not struggling, not resisting, just close enough. And in a low voice, almost calm, he says in Spanish, "You don't respond." As she's escorted toward the exit, she turns once, not toward the operators, toward him. There's no shouting between them, no final dramatic exchange, just a look, a silent calculation of what this means. For them, for their family, for their country. You've seen fear before. This isn't fear, it's realization. You guide him toward the stairwell. He walks without resistance. The palace feels smaller now, less like a fortress, more like a building with failing lights. Outside, sirens grow louder. Response units are mobilizing, but coordination is fractured. Your window is holding. Rotor wash hits hard. His jacket flutters in the wind. You position him inside the helicopter yourself, seat secured, harness fastened. You sit across from him during liftoff. For several seconds, neither of you speak. Caracas below is a patchwork of darkness and emergency glow. He looks down at his city. You watch his face. You don't see rage. You see something closer to resignation. Or maybe calculation. Leaders don't stop thinking, even in handcuffs. The noise inside the helicopter is loud, but the silence between you is louder. You think about what he said. Every empire believes it is eternal. You think about your own country, about power, about cycles, about history. You wonder if, in his mind, this isn't an ending. Just another chapter. Both detainees are transferred to secure holding. Your team confirms mission success. Messages begin flowing to Washington. Statements will be drafted. Markets will react. Allies will divide in opinion. You remove your gloves slowly. Your hands are steady, but your chest feels tight, because capture is clinical.